The early edge here with Mike McClure, and Gene Menes helps us now to wager on the Belmont Stakes. Little different this year, gentlemen, right? The race is going to be held at Saratoga because of ongoing construction for a new Belmont Park. Sierra Leone has been installed as the favorite over Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan, and Preakness victor Sees the Gray. So, Gene, I'm going to come to you on this one first. Do we like the chalk here, or is there value better down the line?
Unfortunately, I wish I could say something else, but I do like the chalk. Sierra Leone is a deserving favorite at 9-5. Basically, he's two noses away from being an undefeated 5 for 5 in his career.
Yep.
5 weeks ago, we saw what happened in the Kentucky Derby. At the top of the stretch, he put in his patented late kick, and then he started lugging in like he usually does. He traded bumps with Forever Young, and that basically cost both of them the chance to win the Kentucky Derby. Sierra Leone lost by a nose to Mystic Dan. Now, the lugging in has been a problem for Sierra Leone, so trainer Chad Brown has made two significant changes entering the Belmont Stakes. Number one, he's outfitted the horse with what's called a cage bit. It's a little bit of a different bit that allows the jockey a little bit more control over the horse, kind of like power steering gives you a little bit more control over your car. And second, Brown has made a change in jockeys from Tyler Gaffleone to Flavian Pratt. And when Brown and Pratt combine, they win over the last year at a 21% rate, which is pretty good. So Sierra Leone always comes with his late run. And another reason why I like him is that as opposed to the Kentucky Derby, where he had to pass, he was 18th of 20th early, where he had to pass 17 horses. At the most on Saturday, he's going to have to pass only 9. That should save him a lot of ground. And I expect him to come with a full run at the very end and cross the finish line first in the Belmont Stakes.
I'm right there with you, Gene. I'm on Sierra Leone as well. I was on Sierra Leone in the Kentucky Derby, and the changes that you mentioned, I think, are all really great things. First of all, cash the over half a power steering reference at plus 10,000. Did not see the power steering reference coming in the segment at all, but I like this spot for him. The jockey change, I think, is absolutely critical, but you mentioned the fewer number of horses running down. I think that is going to be the difference in this one. So give me the chalk, Sierra Leone. I think this horse is, as you mentioned, very close to being an undefeated horse and is clearly the class of the field here.
Some synergy early on between Jen and Mike. Excuse me, not Jen. Gene and Mike. Sorry. Let's talk about long shots here. Gene, you talked about going chalk on the last one and how maybe there's some more value. So show me where the value is. What long shot do you like?
My long shot play for the Belmont Stakes is going to be Honor Marie. And 5 weeks ago in the Kentucky Derby, I loved Honor Marie to hit the board. He was coming in training great. He was making his third start off the layoff, but he lost all chance at the start. He was bumped immediately out of the starting gate, was ping-ponged around, and had to drop back to last place. He had no business finishing in 8th in the Kentucky Derby, which he ended up doing. That performance is actually a sneaky good performance that really is better than it looks on paper. Since then, he's trained 3 times for the Belmont Stakes, which is a great sign. Trainer Whit Beckman says he has come out of the Kentucky Derby even better than he went into the Kentucky Derby. Assuming he's able to leave the starting gate this time at the Belmont Stakes, I think we're going to see the real Honor Marie on Saturday.
And I'm looking further down the board here, 20-1 on Protective. I think this is a great number. Just considering the number of horses in the race overall, it is a maiden voyage here, so very unlikely to win. But I think that's certainly priced in at the 20-1. I like everything I've seen and everything we know so far, from the bloodlines to the training to just everything in this particular spot. I do not think the 20-1 is the appropriate number. I think it should be around 14 or 15-1. So a little bit of value there currently on Protective as a long shot.
All right, let's talk Exacta. Gene, you're up first.
Pretty simple Exacta. I gave you my winner, Sierra Leone. I gave you my long shot, Honor Marie. I'm going to play a straight Exacta, Sierra Leone over Honor Marie. I'm not planning to box it. If you wanted to do that, I would instead just do a win bet on Honor Marie. And in that case, if Sierra Leone runs off the board, you still cash. So my exact is going to be a simple Sierra Leone over Honor Marie exact.
And I'm going to go an exacta box here with 3 horses. We're going to be the 9, 3, and 7. It's going to be Sierra Leone, Mystic Dan, and Protective, my long shot. I got to mention Mystic Dan here. Obviously, Derby winner, but also was pretty strong at the Preakness overall. I think certainly going to be right there with Sierra Leone. I love boxing all 3 of these. I really do like my long shot at 20-1. Again, I think that price point not appropriate there. So I'm going to include it in the box. We're going to go 9, 3, and 7 for an exacta box.